You're probably watching this video because you've seen you have the option of migrating your Darwin from Darwinex Zero to a Darwinex account. This is possible because Darwinex is regulated to offer full brokerage accounts that customers can fund with their own capital, in addition to Darwinex Zero, which uses a virtual account. These brokerage accounts give traders the same opportunity to participate in DarwinIA and also attract third-party capital. But importantly, there's no monthly subscription fee. Darwinex accounts are completely free. Secondly, of course, any profit made in the brokerage account belongs to the trader. However, I need to stress this point. There are high risks when trading with real money versus the Darwinex Zero subscription model. Remember, your capital will be at risk and you should consider whether you can afford to take this high risk of losing money before making this decision to migrate. Live trading should be for those traders who are 100% sure that they're not going to be affected by the increased pressure of a real account and that this won't adversely influence the way they trade. Another important factor you need to consider if you do decide to migrate is that your new brokerage account size might be considerably different from the 100,000 virtual account size in Darwinex Zero. When this is the case, you'll need to take steps when trading to ensure you maintain a similar leverage to that used in your Darwinex Zero account. More on this important point later in the video. The great news is that once you do feel ready to move to a full brokerage account, we've designed a migration pathway to make this as easy as possible and to maintain that great track record you've worked so hard to produce. The remainder of this video will concentrate on this migration process. When migrating your account, the following benefits are included. Your Darwinex Zero Darwin gets fully migrated to a Darwinex Brokerage Darwin. All allocations of seed and investment capital earned so far are maintained and transferred over to your Darwin in Darwinex. Your historical track record is also migrated, so you don't need to start again from scratch. From this banner in Darwinex Zero, clicking on Request Migration will take you to a settings page as shown here, with a visual representation of the 4 main steps of the process. Note that during this process you'll need to provide details of your solvency, provide documents for proof of identification and address, and so on. This is to ensure we comply with regulation and perform checks we're legally obliged to undertake. Clicking on Start Migration will then take you to step 1, which requires you to take 2 actions. Firstly, you'll see a link to register for your Darwinex account. Once you've registered, to complete step 1, you also need to create a live trading account. It's this account that will replace the virtual trading account that you have in D0 at the moment. So again, click on the link and follow the instructions to do this. Once that's all completed, you'll see a green tick appear against step 1 and find yourself at step 2, where you now need to fund your new Darwinex wallet. Remember, Darwinex is different to Darwinex Zero, where the Signal account used virtual funds. Here in Darwinex, you're creating a live brokerage account that you need to fund with your own capital. Simply follow the Add Funds to your account link and you'll be presented with a number of options including bank transfer, credit card or Skrill. Note that you'll need to add at least 1,000 euros, US dollars or British pounds to enable the migration. These funds will, for now, be added to your new Darwinex wallet. One important point to note is that if you have money in your Darwinex Zero wallet because you've earned money from performance fees, you can use this to fund or part fund your new Darwinex wallet. This can be done via a direct movement from one wallet to the other without having to withdraw and then deposit again. When this is an option for you, use this button here. Once the payment has been successfully received, you'll see a green tick appear in the second step and you're now ready to start the migration. Note that at the moment you still have the option to cancel the process if, for example, you have second thoughts and no longer wish to migrate. But once you initialize stage 3, the process is then irreversible, so you need to be absolutely sure you want to migrate. To proceed, simply click on Request Migration. But you do need to think carefully about when you initiate this process. This is because migrations can only occur over the weekend when the financial markets are closed. Typically, if you do this before Friday, then our migration team will be able to check and process the request ready for migration over that weekend. If you make the request on a Friday, however, then usually your account won't be processed in time for this weekend and will only get migrated the following weekend, meaning you won't be able to start to trade your new brokerage account for a further week. So please make sure you understand this before initiating stage 3. When you do start the process, you'll receive the following information. It's critical that you understand this. You must close all of your positions in your Darwinex Zero account, because if you don't and there are any open positions held over the weekend, the migration will not be possible. So make sure you close all positions before the markets close on Friday. Also, if you trade using an expert advisor, make sure you stop this from running so that no new positions are open before the weekend. If there are positions still open, then unfortunately you'll need to wait for the following weekend before the migration can be attempted again. Continuing from here, we'll ask you how much of the funds that you paid into your Darwinex wallet you now want to transfer to the live trading account. We ask this because it helps us to determine if the amount of trading equity might pose issues in maintaining a similar amount of leverage to that you used when you were trading in your Darwinex Zero account. This relates to my comment earlier in the video where I said the equity now available for trading might be substantially different from the 100,000 that was available in your Darwinex Zero virtual account. It's nothing to worry about, it's just that we need to know the account size so that we can give you the appropriate advice to ensure you don't experience any issues. Your response to this question will determine what happens next. If you'll be trading a relatively large account, then you'll see this message, indicating that we don't anticipate you'll encounter any issues maintaining a similar leverage to that you were using previously. However, there are still actions you need to take concerning the position sizing strategy in your new account. To learn what you need to do, you must watch the video we provide a link to, and this will clearly explain, using examples of different account sizes. Follow the advice in this video and everything will run smoothly. If, however, you have a smaller account size and it won't be possible to maintain the same leverage by simply adapting your position sizing strategy alone, then we'll also need to adjust the way the Darwinex risk engine compensates for this. When this is the case, you'll need to enter a leverage multiplier value in the box here. To help you determine what the value of this should be, we've produced another video that explains the process step by step, so be sure to watch that before proceeding any further. You can find a link to it here. The main thing to remember is there's nothing to worry about. Most people will receive one of these messages. It's normal. If after watching the appropriate videos you're still not sure how to proceed, don't hesitate to reach out to our customer service team who will be happy to work with you to ensure you take the appropriate actions and everything goes smoothly for you. Hopefully, on the Monday following the migration, you'll see the following message in the Darwinex Zero platform, informing you that everything was successful. You can now click on Go to Darwinex to be taken to the Darwinex platform where you'll be able to view your Darwin from this point forward. Note that the date you migrated from Darwinex Zero to Darwinex will now be shown on your Darwin's return chart. If, however, any problems were encountered, you'll see the following, and our migration team will be in touch with you shortly to explain what the problem was and what the next steps are. For any further questions, please contact our friendly and professional customer service team using info@darwinexzero.com.